So at this point, we pretty much know exactly what the OnePlus 9 and 9 Pro are going to look like. The leaks have come, there's concepts, there's drawings. It's pretty much set in stone. But the one thing that got me thinking was that a lot of news publications are dedicating one-page articles to one specific feature. And that's the fact that the OnePlus 9 Pro is gonna have 45-watt wireless charging. And look, I get it, this is OnePlus's motto, speed, speed, speed. This has been their thing since they came into inception, but it also tells me the state of the smartphone industry. It's not as exciting as it used to be. To a lot of people, this may seem boring because we don't get that same excitement year over year like we used to, but it also tells me that we're in a good state, because whether you decide to go with a OnePlus phone, a Samsung device, or even an iPhone, you're pretty much guaranteed to have an amazing experience. Now, 45-watt wireless charging is cool, like to be able to charge your phone that fast wirelessly, but it's also kind of concerning. Like, is this going to cause any long-term battery issues when you're heating up those coils that quickly? The other thing that I'm really hoping for is a better camera layout. In fact, I think this will probably be the biggest deal about these OnePlus 9 smartphones. Look, year over year, OnePlus has always had a decent to pretty good camera. The OnePlus 8 and 8T had a good enough camera, but it was never as good as the iPhones, the Galaxies, or even the Pixels. But this year, they're rumored to be partnering with Leica. And if they can do what Huawei has done with Leica, we could potentially see some of the best cameras on a smartphone coming from OnePlus. And I don't know about you, that's kind of exciting because that was like the area that they were missing. Now, the lenses they're using are gonna be 48 megapixels for the wide, 48 megapixels for the ultra wide, and the third lens we quite don't know yet. A lot of people are speculating it'll be a macro, maybe a depth sensor, or even a telephoto. Now, OnePlus is gonna have to differentiate the phones in order to offer different price points, the 9 being cheaper, and they're gonna do this with small things. Like if you want water resistance and that IP certification, it's only happening on the 9 Pro. I think the 9 will finally receive wireless charging, but it'll be stuck at 30 watts compared to 45. And quite frankly, I don't see that being a big deal. I just want wireless charging. And then there's the display. You want Quad HD Plus, 9 Pro only. But quite frankly, that's okay because the Full HD Plus on the 8T is so good. I even use this phone over the 8 Pro because the display doesn't feel any different. Like this is 1100 nits. It's brighter than the sun. I can use this to tan, right? And then you have this Full HD Plus display, which is already pixel dense enough that your eyes can't discern and see the difference in pixels. But the one reason I like the 8T, and this will be with the 9 too, is because it's using a flat display. Please, let's just stop these curved edges. You know, I get it, they look visually appealing, it makes the phone look different, especially if it's on a shelf. But when it comes to typing on a phone, a flat screen is always preferred. And I get it, some of you nerds out there who have curved edges are like, well, I'm used to it, it's so comfortable. Take your chubby fingers, your cramped, chubby fingers that probably have arthritis now, and start typing on a flat display. I guarantee those fingers will have multiple orgasms. They will start to feel normal again. Battery sizes will be bigger to incorporate 5G, even though you could get it before. And of course, they're saying that the 9 will only come with the Snapdragon 875, whereas the 9 Pro will have an 888. And quite frankly, I don't really care, 875 or 888, they're still fast. You could put an 865 in this and I'd still be happy because we're just so ahead of our time in terms of hardware. Look, at the end of the day, these new 9 and 9 Pros come down to two things. What is OnePlus going to price it at? And if they partner with Leica, can they make the camera just as good as the cameras on Huawei devices? Because if they can, OnePlus will have one of the best cameras on the market and you'll finally get the full package from a OnePlus phone. And if that happens, that's an exciting year for OnePlus and OnePlus fans. Well, that wraps up my first look at the OnePlus 9 and OnePlus 9 Pro. They're saying these phones will come out sometime in March, which is only a few months away. Of course, I'll be covering it. I'll be getting it in my hands. And if you want to see the full review, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. If you also enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button, and I'll see you guys in the next one.